Hello everyone, it's Renee from Bad Alpha Great Lipstick. I really hope you're doing well. Today it's time for another episode of I Tried to Copy Makeup Artists. Now, am I a makeup artist? Fuck no. I actually kind of suck at makeup. I have, as Dita Von Teese would say, my drag, and I don't really deviate from it. But sometimes makeup artists do these videos and they have the coolest tricks and it makes people look so good. The only thing I have on my face right now is I have MAC Face and Body. I use C1 plus white, about a 50-50 mix. And then on a couple of really obvious blemishes, I went ahead and used a tiny bit of NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. So Jordan Liberty did this really beautiful no makeup look right up my alley. For some reason, I love the look of like no makeup or very natural light makeup with, and I don't know why, I love that with a really bright, sharp lined, very much not natural lip. I don't know what it is. That's just my look. That's my thing. But so he did this look and it was gorgeous. And the one tip I really wanted to do from there that I can't do because I don't have a product for it is he put a sort of highlighting pen on certain parts of the model's face, like on her nose and around her eyes, and I don't have a concealer or flesh tone pencil that sort of color, so I'll have to go get one at some point because it looks so good. But there's two things he did. He used balm on her eyes, which I'm not going to do right this second because I don't have anything else on yet except for foundation and concealer, so I'm going to do that in a moment. But one of the things he did was he used a peach corrector on her under eyes. Now, I've used peach correctors before, and generally speaking, I felt like they just made my face look cakey, but we have so many new textures and new products coming out, and he did mention that if you use it, then you will have to use less concealer on top. I do have very deep set eyes, so my under eyes are quite blue. So I'm actually going to try this with, this is probably a bad idea, the Lancome Tainted Doll Ultra Wear Camouflage High Coverage Concealer and Corrector. I have a sample card here, and they did actually send me the peach corrector, so I've never used this product before. This is probably a bad idea, but we're going to see how it goes. I think he used a brush, but I am a lazy sack of shit, so I'm going to get a tiny amount on my finger, rub it and warm it up. Wow, yeah, that's very peachy. Okay, here we go. It's the moment of truth. All right. Okay, ready? This always freaks me out. All right. I'm gonna do one eye and I'll leave the other one bare. Oh, that is very peach. Oh shit, that's really peach. Okay. That is probably too dark for me. Okay, so here's the eye with it. Here's the eye without it. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what's showing up on the camera. In real life, I will say it is covering and correcting the blue a good bit, but it's so much darker than my skin, I don't know if it's actually going to work. So you can see that that is not a good color for me. But now I'm going to try putting a little bit, I'm zoomed in here, I'm going to try doing a little bit of concealer on top. So I already like to use very little, I just feel like it creases otherwise, but... So wiping off the doe foot. Here we go, moment of truth. Let's see if this works. Dot, dot, dot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so with the concealer on over top, that gets rid of some of the peachiness, and I don't think it looks quite as weirdly dark under my eyes anymore. But it's way more product than I'm used to having under my eyes. Now, I'm not going to blame Jordan Liberty. I don't think this is a technique problem. I think this is a shade problem. Instead of using something that is that dark peach, I should probably get a lighter, milkier peach or a more salmony, light pinky color. And maybe use a tinier amount because the concealer actually has pretty good coverage. I don't think you can really see that the corrector was too dark. And you guys can see through my glasses. Not as blue as it normally is. So yeah, maybe not with that product, and I will see how it photographs. I'm gonna take a picture before I finish the video. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe try that with a different product. Before I go on to the next trick, I want to finish up my skin. So I'm going to mix the Glossier Cloud Paints in Beam and Dusk for a nude peach sort of cheek. I'm going to use a highlighter, and I'm torn between using this one or the e.l.f. Targeted Natural Glow Stick in Morning Dew. Both are pretty new. I think I'm going to go for this one because I feel like it'll go better with the lip I'm going to do, which is of course going to be a red lip because this is me. Okay, now it is time for what is definitely to me the scariest one. It's the soap brows. And this is apparently an old Hollywood technique that has gotten popular again. And the one I watched do it was Samantha Chapman, one of the Pixie Woo sisters. So she recommended getting a clear bar of soap. I have the Van der Hagen Color and Fragrance Free Gentle Glycerin Soap. When they call a soap clear, or they mention that it's being translucent, it is most likely a glycerin soap. I know a lot of people are using the Pears soap, but it has a really high alcohol content, and that just, I don't want that on my skin. So I got a more basic one right here. It was like $3. And then you need a spoolie. This is a $1 e.l.f. spoolie, and what you are supposed to do is wet it. And because I'm bougie, I have some water in a Bobbi Brown container here. And you're supposed to wet it and really work the spoolie into the bar of soap. So I think what makes me so nervous about this is you're supposed to do the soap before you apply your colored brow product, and that makes me kind of anxious because I don't have much brow. My brows are very, very fine. We're gonna put you a little closer into my bosom. All right. Okay, ready? So I guess what it's supposed to do is give you really good hold and also volumize the hairs that you have. Now, I don't have a lot of hairs, as you can maybe see as I brush these up, especially in the back half. So I'm looking to see if this is pulling off any, and it doesn't look like it, actually. It doesn't look like it's yanking any hairs out, so that's good. And then you brush them whatever way you want, and I kind of like mine slightly up. I don't usually do them straight up except for the very front. I'll brush up, and then I'll do a little flatter in the back. Well, I'll be fucked. I think that does look, that looks thicker. And part of it is that the hairs are brushed up, but they do look more pronounced and more obvious, and let's try the other one. Oh shit, that one's turning white. That one's turning white, and can you see that? That one is turning white and soap sudsy. Fuck, that one. Okay, maybe I put too much on this one. Oh shit. Or maybe it's just because this is my bad brow, you know? This is my good one and this is its evil cousin. Oh yeah, that's turning white. Okay, wait. Can I? Okay, I got it. Crisis averted. I don't want to be a believer in this technique because it comes off as a bit gimmicky and not practical for every day. They do look fuller. Now, besides the minor crisis I had where when I started doing this one, I had some soap sudsing right here. It did turn a little white, which is weird given how clear this is, but I probably just had too much soap on there. I do think that there's going to be a bit of a learning curve with this. I'm going to go in with the Shu Uemura Hard Formula Brow Pencil in Seal Brown. This is my Holy Grail brow pencil. over top and see what I can do. I did just sharpen it, so it should have a nice point for this. Okay, I want to tell you straight off the bat that the Shuamura pencil is performing fine over the soap, but it is not performing the way it normally does. I had a little flake that actually appeared when I started doing this. It was like a little flake of pencil, which I have never had with my shoe pencil. And it does feel kind of like it's drawing over. Normally it feels very smooth when it's going over skin. This does feel a bit like it's sliding over a film, if that makes sense, but we'll see what it looks like. Just, I don't know if you can see, it just flaked again right there. And now that I'm into the part of my brow with fewer hairs, it's actually a bit of a struggle to get the pencil to come off. The Shuamura Hard Formula supposedly works by reacting with the oils in your hair, and that's why it comes out so natural, supposedly. Come on, baby. So I do wonder if that's part of the problem I'm having here, if because there's soap covering the hair and I do have so few hairs in the back here, it's having difficulty depositing color. But I don't know how much I believe that, because I have used, I've managed to get a swatch of Shuamura Hard Formula on my skin before. It took a little bit of work, but I did get it to swatch on my skin. So I don't know if that whole reacts to the hair thing is true. I think on this one you can really see how it's much easier to get the product on the front than on the back. And this brow was a little easier to do overall. I feel like this one has a less attractive shape, but it has more hairs. I'm going to finish up with two different tricks for the eyes. So the first one is from Val O'Reilly. She used to be Amy Winehouse's makeup artist. And what she would do is she would apply mascara, and then to comb it through, she would put a tissue under the person's eyes and then comb through the top. Now, she was doing this on a model, so I don't know how easy this is going to be for me to do on myself, but I'm going to try it. And then the other thing is Jordan Liberty recommended putting a very thin layer of rosebud salve onto your eyes for a glossy look. I don't have rosebud salve, and I only have one balm that is fragrance free, but I do really like it, so that's Aquaphor. The thing that concerns me is a lot of balms are they have a petroleum jelly sort of base, including this one. So which were they? Yeah, petrolatum. So it can remove makeup, so I'm a little concerned as to how messy this is going to make my mascara. I don't mind something a little lived in, but if it's going to make a complete mess, then I'm just not here for it. But I get that it's a more editorial look, so I'm going to start by curling my eyelashes, and then I'm going to use, I think I'll use the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, because it's a really beautiful thickening mascara, but it can look a bit clumpy on the eyelashes. Have tissues. She used a tissue. I grew up in a handkerchief household, so instead I'm going to use a Glossier cotton. I'm just going to fold it in half and put that under my eye, and this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try and do this with one eye. And comb down. Oh, fuck. I am not graceful. You know, if you already had a lot of really fancy eye makeup on, I feel like this would fuck it up more. Ugh, I kind of think that made it worse. She did in the video use it looks like the actual mascara wand, but maybe I missaw. Maybe she was using a clean spoolie. So let me get a clean spoolie and try going over top, because again, maybe I didn't see this correctly. So let's try that again. I want to go over top with a clean spoolie. Okay, that did work better. And by using this underneath, I didn't get a whole bunch of flake. Okay, so going over top with the original mascara wand was horrendous, and it just made things clump more, and it made a big mess out of my eyelid. But when I went over with a nice clean spoolie, it did definitely brush through, and I do have one flake right there on my nose that was easy to get off, but for the most part, putting this underneath really did stop any flakes from coming down. So that looks pretty nice. All right, let's finish this. So I'm actually going to put a tiny bit of primer on my eyes, not because I think it's going to make the Aquaphor stay, of course it's not, but just because this Catrice one has a wee bit of a tint, and I do have some discoloration on my eyelids. My lid's broken. All right, here we go. Okay. So I got the tiniest dot. Oop, and there comes a mascara flake. Okay. Like I said, this has petrolatum in it, so I feel like it's going to pull everything up, but yeah, that's pretty. That's nice and faintly glossy. It's not overdone. Okay, so back from photographing. Here's the verdict. The under eye corrector. Definitely my eyes look a little brighter in the photographs. The blue is less obvious, and thankfully it doesn't look too dark under there. So the concealer did cover up that really dark peach corrector, and I do feel like I had to use less concealer. Again, it does look like a bit more coverage to me in real life than the rest of my face because I use that single layer of MAC face and body, but I think I'm going to play around with that, and maybe I'll get a peach corrector. So if you have any recommendations for a slightly lighter or softer peach, preferably in a liquid formula, then I would love to hear about that, because I think this is something worth trying. As for the balm, the glossy eye, very pretty in pictures, would not recommend for day to day. It's definitely pulling up my mascara a bit, which I expected. I think if you wanted that look and you wanted it to last a bit longer, you could use a really glossy highlighter like the Charlotte Tilbury instead of a balm and get that kind of look. Great in pictures. It's probably not something I'm going to do on a regular basis. The eyelashes, where you comb through the top, didn't like it at all with the original mascara wand. It looks really nice with the spoolie. It definitely combed through everything. It's like I've got tons and tons of thick individual lashes. I have to be honest, am I going to do this on a regular basis? No, it's a lot of work. I think I'm more likely to do it if I'm getting ready for a special events or for a photo and I do clump my lashes a bit more than I wanted to. Beyond that, I'm just more likely to buy a mascara that gives you some separation. So it looks really pretty, I'm not gonna lie. It's a great trick. I don't think it's something I would do every day. And last but most certainly not least, the soap brows. Jury is out on this. On the one hand, they look fucking bomb in those pictures. Very textured and full. And I do love a really textured brow, but the amount of work I had to do with my pencil was kind of a turnoff. And having the pencil actually flake, which it's never done on its own before, getting little flakes of pencil 2 or 3 times that I had to brush off was not my favorite. I also noticed when I got really close in the mirror that my one eyebrow, you can't see it even in the pictures, but you got to be close to the mirror in real life. But I did notice it. It looks a little white right above my one brow, and it's like the soap clung to every little baby hair on my face that is normally invisible. So I think I need to play with this a bit more. I might try it with another pencil on top, or like I said, doing the pencil first and then doing the soap on top of that, and we'll see how that looks. Oh, God. Talking too much. So I hope this video was helpful and interesting. Please feel free to leave me some of your favorite makeup artist tips down below, or tell me if you've tried these ones out and how they worked for you. And I'll see you soon. Bye.